Someone claps behind you, and before you even decide to react, your shoulders jump, your eyes squeeze shut, and your breath catches in your chest. You didn't choose that. It happened before the sound even finished. But the real reason your body does this is far stranger than simple nerves. It is not a modern glitch. It is a message delivered in less than a fifth of a second from an ancestor you never met. You still flinch like your ancestors did, and that flinch has been keeping bodies like yours alive for millions of years. Start with the speed of it. A flinch is not a thought. It is faster than thought. Researcher Joseph LeDoux spent decades studying fear in the brain and found something remarkable. A sudden threat, a loud noise, a fast movement does not travel first to the thinking part of your brain, the part responsible for reasoning and decision-making. It travels first to the amygdala, a small almond-shaped structure buried deep in the brain that can trigger a full-body reaction before the rest of your mind even understands what happened. LeDoux called this a low road, a shortcut that bypasses conscious thought entirely. Why would your brain build a shortcut around itself? Because thinking takes time, and for most of human history, time was the one thing a threat did not give you. Imagine standing in tall grass 2 million years ago. A shape shifts, a shadow moves too fast, too low, too deliberately. If your brain waited to consciously analyze that shape, weigh the evidence, and calmly conclude it was a predator, you would already be dead. The ancestors who survived were not the ones who thought the fastest. They were the ones who reacted before thinking was even necessary. This is where the flinch comes from. Not fear exactly, something older than fear. Researcher Michael Davis studied what is known as the startle reflex, the exact full-body jump you feel at a loud noise, and traced it to a strikingly small ancient part of the brainstem. This circuit is so primitive that it exists in some form in nearly every vertebrate animal on Earth. Fish flinch, birds flinch, mice flinch. You flinch using almost the exact same wiring your ancestors used long before they were even human, long before they had language, long before they had the ability to explain to themselves why they had just jumped. Here's the part that should genuinely surprise you. The flinch is not really about the sound itself. It's about what the sound might mean. Researcher Robert Zajonc proposed something called species-specific defense reactions, arguing that animals, including humans, don't learn a fresh response to every new threat. Instead, evolution preloads a small set of automatic reactions: freeze, flee, flinch, fight, and your body simply selects one instantly based on the type of danger. You are not improvising safety in the moment. You are running a program that was already fully built before you were born. So what exactly triggers it? Not everything does, only specific things. A sudden loud noise, a fast object moving toward your face, a shadow crossing quickly at the edge of your vision, a sharp change in your field of view. These are oddly specific triggers, and that specificity is the clue. For most of human history, these were the exact signatures of an ambush: a predator lunging, a branch snapping under approaching weight, a rock or spear thrown in your direction. Modern threats rarely look like this anymore, but your nervous system was never updated to know that. This is why a balloon popping at a birthday party can make an entire room of adults jump in unison, even though every single person in that room knows with total certainty that nothing dangerous just happened. Knowing does not override this. That's the strange part. You can be standing in your own living room, completely safe, watching a horror movie you've seen 5 times, and still flinch at the jump scare you know is coming. Researcher Robert Zajonc argued that emotional reactions can occur completely independently of conscious thought, sometimes even before conscious recognition happens at all. Your rational mind can be 100% certain of your safety, and your body will still react as if it isn't. The two systems, thinking and flinching, don't fully talk to each other. They evolved on different timelines for different jobs. Now think about how much of modern entertainment is built entirely around this ancient wiring. Horror movies rely almost entirely on the jump scare, a sudden loud noise paired with a fast visual movement engineered specifically to trigger the same startle circuit that once protected your ancestors from an ambush predator. Amusement park rides are built around sudden drops and sharp turns, activating the same fast-acting fear response, just in a setting your brain eventually relabels as safe once the ride ends. Even the design of jump scare video games follows the same blueprint almost exactly, because game designers, whether they know the neuroscience or not, have discovered by trial and error exactly which stimuli reliably trigger a human flinch. You're not just watching entertainment, you're paying to have an ancient alarm system triggered on purpose, in a context where you know you'll survive it. There's something else hiding in this story, something about connection rather than fear. Researcher Robert Levinson studied physiological synchrony, the way people's heart rates and stress responses can actually mirror each other during shared emotional experiences. When a group of people jumps together at the same startling moment in a movie theater, at a fireworks show, on a roller coaster, something beyond fear happens. The shared physical reaction becomes a kind of social glue. Laughing together immediately afterward isn't a coincidence. It may be an ancient signal passed silently between bodies that says the danger has passed and everyone is still here. This detail changes how you should think about the flinch entirely. It was never just about individual survival. A flinch that happens in a group is information. If one person in an ancestral group startled and dropped to a crouch, everyone nearby would instinctively startle too, even before understanding why. The flinch spreads faster than explanation. It doesn't wait for language. It doesn't wait for someone to shout the words snake or lion. The reaction itself is the warning, and it moves through a group of people almost like a current moving through water. You still do this too, more than you probably notice. Watch what happens the next time you're in a group and one person suddenly gasps or jumps. You will likely feel your own body tense even before you know what startled them. That's not social awkwardness. That's an ancient alarm system, still fully operational, still passing signals exactly the way it did long before anyone had a word for danger. So the next time your body flinches at a slammed door, a dropped plate, a sudden shout, or a jump scare you saw coming from a mile away, understand what's actually happening underneath it. That is not weakness. That is not overreaction. That is a circuit older than your species itself, refined across millions of years and countless close calls, still faithfully doing exactly the job it was built to do. Someone claps behind you, and your shoulders jump before you even decide to react. It feels for one brief second like your body betrayed you, but it didn't. It remembered something older than fear, older than thought, older than you. It remembered how to keep you alive.